Hello everyone. I wanted to show you guys a thing I've been playing around with, and also just talk about stuff. So the first thing is just, I want to get it out of the way. I'm working on a video. I think I'm going to do a video. I don't want to say what the next video will be, because if I say it, then I gotta do it, and things may change. But I want to do a video on sampling. And I know I've already done a video on sampling, so why do a video on sampling? But this time it would be specifically about the sampling process and not the editing process. So what the video would be about is how you can use like your phone, and I'm going to use my phone for this because everyone should have a phone and they probably won't have a fancy recorder. But the video is going to be about how to go around, record samples, import them into Ableton, and then maybe I'll talk about a little bit of stuff in Ableton, but I'm not really as caring about that. But the video is going to be called Sampling the World Around You, and let me actually go to Canva, because that's where I've been making my thumbnails, and let me quickly just pull this up and show you my thumbnail, which is not done yet. I still am wanting to add some other stuff to it, but this is what I got so far. I like it a lot. It's some random items, and I changed the text here. I also added some text here. I don't know why the R is like weirdly smaller, but it is a little weird. Anyways, so that's what I plan on making the next video, because I do need to post stuff. But also, I think just like there's a lot of YouTubers out there who are like posting, every once a month, and they do great. But I feel an obligation to post more frequently. In any case, the thing I wanted to show you that is kind of related and unrelated is, well, a few things. So, first things first, on my Discord server, I have a section for Production Challenge. Let me just put an S on there. And what a production challenge is a series that I'm starting, which is heavily based off of the heavily based off of Andrew Huang for Producers. If you've seen that series, it's something that has hella inspired me a lot. And so a production challenge will be every week or so. I will pose a challenge for people to do, and then they will send their finished song or clip into the challenge, and I will review them on stream, and I will talk about each one. So right now for this one, it's like a test, so there's no time limit, there's no end date currently, and I'll just be looking at it because I think it's a fun challenge. But what it is I found this Reddit post, which is from 6 years ago, and it was a free Foley sample pack, which free is something I love because because I hate when people are trying to sell you something. If it's of course, if it's a VST or if it's a sample pack of like a famous, like if Andrew Wong makes a sample pack or something from one of his songs, and each sound is very like different and interesting, and if in the video where he mentions it, he's not trying to sell it to you, that's okay. I just hate it when people are like, and please buy my sample pack. But half the time they don't say please, they just sandwich it within some other shit. So anyways, this one's totally free. Here's the link. And essentially what you want to do is, first of all, there's the credit, so you could like the post if you want. This is all the information, and I'll read that in a sec. This is the zip file with the samples in it, so you can click through here and like listen to each one or whatever. But for this challenge, download the sample pack, and what you're going to do is make a drum-based track. So when I say that, I mean a track where the main part of the track is drums. And let me rephrase actually. Instead of the main part of the track being drums, just anytime you do something drum-based in said track, you have to use only the samples that were provided in the sample pack. Now, this sample pack is like 83 samples. It's not a lot, but hopefully we can challenge ourselves to be more creative and do stuff with like effects and do stuff with like, editing, sample chopping, whatever. Literally, the only requirement is to use the samples for the drums. So you could literally take a sample, stretch it like a minute long, and like add a shitload of reverb and distortion and whatever. That's amazing and that's awesome. But what I'm trying to do here is try and be different, try and do something interesting. You're gonna, like, when I review tracks, if I'm listening and you just do a simple like trap beat, I'm gonna get bored, and that's not gonna bode well, because I want people to try and find a voice of their own musically and to make something that's different. So I put some rules and guidelines, but again, a lot of these you can do whatever. Exclusively use fully sample pack for the drums. Additional sounds are allowed, but the drums must be kinda primary. I'm just editing it as I go. Must be kinda primary element in the track. I'm just trying to make it so we can kind of tell what you're doing. Because if you have very, very soft drums and the rest is like a heavy rock track or something, then we can't really tell what sampling you've done. And of course, I'm not saying don't use the samples for other parts, but I'm just like, to keep it for the first challenge, I'm just gonna do, drums. So I'm giving you kind of this restriction where you have to use the samples, but also it's not too restrictive, and also it's like kind of a guideline so that you can get it done. Should be an MP3 or WAV. I don't know Discord's upload policy with stuff, so I don't know like the file sizes, what I mean. So if it's like 3 minutes long and Discord won't let you upload it, I think we could do a Google Drive link. I'm going to figure that out. But for now, try and do MP3 WAV. Should be between 1 to 3 minutes in length. I said this so that we can get into a habit of making longer things that aren't just loops, and you can manipulate the samples any way you want. Just when you're doing the drums, don't add in other drum samples. Like, don't just use the sample once and then use normal drums on top of it. And when you post I didn't write this, but when you post your submission, if you include a video of you talking about it, that'd be pretty cool. Of course, that would have to be like a link to like a YouTube or something. And I guess maybe I'll make a hashtag for that. But for now, MP3 or WAV. And then here's the criteria. You can read that. Again, this is all kind of like AI based, so it's kind of bullshit, but like I wanted to, for the first challenge, figure out the pace and the groove. And of course, with all these things, I will be participating, so I want to show you a little bit of what I've done, and then I will end off. But I wanted to post something today being like, progress is being progressed, and here's the first challenge. So what I've done here is some simple stuff. First things first is a drum rack with samples in it, which if I play, nothing will happen because they're currently muted, so I gotta go over here. So I'm not, amazing at the sampling thing, and thus, if you listen through the pack, you can find these samples. But in general, I like to try and make things as different as possible. Anyways, I was inspired by Burial for this, but you can do whatever. And by inspired, I mean I was trying to do Burial, but it didn't really turn out exactly like him. So, just play a little bit. So we have this kind of, technically it's a riser, but it's a fall with the frequency, it goes down. But that's just so the kicks come in last. So then we have this bass, then we do like higher, And then over here, we do a little different. We're just layering it up. And then here we do another thing. So in any case, this is what I've done. This stuff is kind of random. It doesn't hold any significance. I made this within like a day. So it's not great. But the fact of the matter is I was inspired. I got some, I made some effort into making a song. And also in the background, I am finishing up my Jungle Groove, this one, which I have currently rendered out to samples, because apparently if you do that, then it makes it easier to finish things because you can't edit them. So I've done this, and that'll be a song that is in the works, almost done. I still need to do some mixing and mastering. In any case, this video has gone on for too long, but I am planning on doing the next video currently on sampling the world around you, because I think I could give some insight into picking samples, picking stuff to record, and also getting rid of a lot of bullshit, because there's a lot of bullshit people say. They're just like, oh, these are the best samples. You can use whatever you want. In any case, I love every single one of you guys. The support has been amazing. I'm going to say that as many times as I want. I don't really know how to end these, so that's what I typically say. But I am getting close to a bedtime. It is 8, which is early, I know. But I'm 10 o'clock better, so I like prep. Anyways, love you guys. That's all I got for now. I will have a video. I've been in the wrong mode. I will have a video for you soon. Don't worry. I am chugging along to give you the best content possible. I'm going to say it again. Please join the Discord. Link will be in the description. If you don't want to, I'm not going to force you. Do whatever you want. It's just a place where we can talk about music and shit and have fun. So, join it or don't. Love you guys. Bye.